What's up, Permian Basin? Welcome back to another episode of Workforce Table Talk, where we keep the Permian Basin in the know. Today we have Hector Cuevas. He's a business owner in the Permian Basin. He owns a Marion, Coiffures, and Lavish Barbershop. And he's worked with us as being a work site and in housing our youth and giving them some work experience. And he was also recognized in 2022 by Texas Workforce Commission as the Local Employer of Excellence. And that is for his contributions in helping us with these programs. And he also does a lot of work for the community in giving back for back to school haircuts. And we will talk about that more towards the end of the episode. But I want to thank you for being here with us today.
Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here. And then just to talk a little bit about what we're going to do. I know that we have worked with you and your son alongside the businesses you guys both own. But tell us a little bit about, the business itself and what have you guys done and what got you here today?
Okay, so just to go back a little bit, years back when my son was young, he always had the dream of having his own barbershop. And of course, we worked out of the garage, out of the back of the house, and a lot of that clientele came through that because of the fact that he was committed to his dream, and finally came to a point to where we could open up our own shop. Mm-hmm. We opened up Coiffures Barbershop, and that dream excelled after 8 months. And after those 8 months, we had to expand to a bigger shop and moved into a bigger facility, which left us a lease of the other building to where we opened up our second place, which was a sister company, which was Lavish Barbershop. And from then on, we started growing and growing. We were heavily trafficked through the mall, which was Music City Mall. And we were eventually to where we had to have bigger facilities to be able to accommodate for those haircuts.
Yeah, and you guys are quite successful. You do have Odessa, Midland, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And also El Paso.
Okay, well, that's great.
And in Midland, you're located at the malls as well?
Correct. The Simon Malls in Midland, and then Cielo Vista and El Paso.
Nice. That's awesome. So for the last 2 years, you've been a work site for us in placing these youth and giving them the work experience to build those skills. So tell us why you decided to participate.
Well, just to give back a little bit more to the community, to be able to help those unfortunate that sometimes, it's harder to find work or find their calling, and, just trying to make it easier for the younger generation to be able to find what their destiny is, or, maybe just to pay their bills at that time.
That's good.
And I know that we've had a couple of participants in various of your locations. How do you think that has helped them in their journey and just going through life with Workforce?
We've had several of them through this program that has actually facilitated them, not only from just starting out as receptionists, mm-hmm. or even in our barbershops, and becoming talented barbers now that have actually gave them a job and something to look forward to and be able to provide for their families.
That's great. And it's always great to hear these success stories. It's something that we always strive to show the Permian Basin of the benefit of actually getting into this program. And we're happy to actually have these employers to work with us.
Right. So how would you say that the experience has enhanced your work site by having them there?
Well, it gives them the opportunity, like I said a few minutes ago, to be able to experience on a job site that maybe they're not familiar with, but now they're learning a new trade or learning something new that was probably not even in their mind, but they found that their calling was there. And like these barbers that actually, these kids that became barbers started out there, maybe just sweeping. Mm-hmm. And now they're actually the ones cutting and showing others that, a dream can come true for them and be able to provide for their families as they grow older and smarter and find their true calling.
Right. And that's great that you've been able to see them grow, through the business like that. And it must feel good to see it.
It does. It's it's good to see people succeed. I mean, and that's what I think, that's mainly what we target, is to be able to help others to be able to find, something that they're good at. And,
Right.
sometimes people don't give them that opportunity to be able to do that.
You're right. And throughout the programs, we've had successful partnerships with you. Do you see yourself working with us again and continuing that partnership?
I do, because like I said, I mean, we're targeting into helping others and be able to get those people that, may sometimes might not have the opportunity to get into some type of work like this. And, now they can actually do something for themselves without, while they're going through school or whatever program they're going through. But this program has helped us quite a bit and learn, as well as we, get them on board.
Yeah, and I think this helps other employers and businesses in the Permian Basin also to encourage them to be part of the program.
Exactly. I mean, I would encourage that for a lot of these people that own businesses to be able to help out, and be able to get some of the kids involved in these programs to be able to work for them, because all they need is an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you would recommend, this program and working with the youth to other employers. I think that that's really great. And you telling your story here today is sending that message. So thank you so much for doing that. Also, we want to go ahead and touch back on the free haircuts for back to school. There will be days that are designated at his location so that any student can go back and get a haircut. It's usually about a week before school starts. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we designate a certain amount of time to be able to get people on the list for that designated day, whether it be Odessa or Midland or El Paso, to be able to offer the free haircuts for those sometimes struggling to be able to pay for those haircuts. Sometimes there's several kids and it could get really expensive for them to be able to provide that right before school. And also, for the kids to go in looking fresh and looking good, first day of school.
Yeah.
So those days, we start out early in the morning, and it's something that our barbers know as well, working for us. They're independent barbers, but they do know that we have that designated time to be able to give back to the community. And that's how also our clientele base has increased, because people are starting to know that who we are and what we do, and the services that we provide. So sometimes these kids come through there and they love it after they're getting their haircut. So we do designate it just one day out of the year, and we tend to keep doing that from here on out as long as we're open.
Okay. And how can they find out when y'all designate that day? How do you advertise for that?
So usually you can go into usually one of our pages, whichever it would be, with Coiffures Barbershop or Lavish Barbershop, into our Facebook or Instagram or whatever it is, whatever app they're using. Usually we post something through there, and we actually target it, and then we start posting it maybe a month before on our doors, so that way people that are passing by will know what days and what times we'll be offering that.
That's great.
That is great. So check them out on their social media, and also don't forget to check us out on social media. Follow us for more information. We post videos and any upcoming events, anything like that we have going on in the Permian Basin. So please check that out. We also do have an event coming up in the summer that Diana's going to tell us a little bit about.
Yes, it is Back to the 90s. It is going to be July 29th from 10 to 2. The target for this, or our goal, is to bring awareness to all of our services, what we do and what we offer. We will have several agencies and more things to come. We're looking for this to be a fun event, so we're looking forward to sharing this event. Please pass on the word, and we're looking forward to see you. Like I said, there's going to be fun stuff kind of just set up for everybody.
Yeah, and come dressed in your 90s stuff, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It'll be fun. So if you want more information about this event, please contact Diana. Our number is 432-367-3332. And again, we want to thank Hector for being here. Thank you so much for coming and telling your story.
Thank y'all for having me.
No, thank you for being here.
Of course. And thank you all for tuning in. Go ahead and check them out. Don't forget Coiffures and Lavish. Go check out those barbershops and get your hair cut. Thanks for tuning in. If you didn't know before, now you know.